here we have the sea venom. Door being closed. Now the sea venom has a radar dish in front. Now, in War Thunder, we're just starting to get radar coming into things. But if the sea venom gets radar, it's going to be really quite useful. As it stands, it's not a very good plane. What radar does is it lets you see things. Now, the way this radar dish works is it will pivot left to right. Keep on pivoting. It will also go up and down slightly. It also has this in the center. Now, this is your radar, basically the bit that sends out the radar message. And this spins around. What it does is it pulls out radar onto this dish. The beams hit this dish, and then you go out in a cone like this. And then what will happen is if it hits anything, so if I'm standing in front of the radar dish, the radar will bounce out, hit me, and then it will bounce back and then get received back in the radar. So you'll actually be able to see what's happening, you'll be able to see what's in front of you. It's pivotal for things like night fighting. Radar technology is amazing, and this is very early radar technology. This is actually an American radar dish. The Americans made some slightly smaller versions than the British. So this is what we have in the sea venom. Alright. And cockpit. Okay, so this is what the radar looks like on the inside of the plane. Now this section here is your radar dish. So this is your, this will be probably your horizontal strikes. So it will go for sort of the main section. And this will be your secondary section. So this is for homing in. Now, you also have here yards. This will measure how much far away it is. So this will spin. Now, a lot of this is manual. It's very mechanical in its nature, which is just really awesome. You have all your switches here as well for focusing in. So you can focus in on the distance, you can focus in on the range, and focus in on position as well. This is basically what won the war for Britain in the early stages of night fighting. This is sort of technology. This is more advanced, of course, but for night fighting, this is pivotal. And the radar is a very simple thing, because all that will happen is you'll see a little dot appear on one of these little screens. This is your sweepy screen like this, and this one will be the horizontal sort of bleepy screen. So what you'll get is this will give you your altitude, and this will give you your positioning in general, and then you'll get your range here. So you'll see a blip appear, and then you can go to your pilot, who will be sitting next to you in this very cramped cockpit. You'll go, okay, he is 200 yards, 5,000 feet directly in front of us. And you can find your target and hunt them down, and then of course you'll use your missiles. Okay, so now we're in the pilot's position. Now of course, this is your stick for flying, so this will give you left, right, up, down. You've got your pedals for your yaw down there, just down in our feet section. As you can see, it's very cramped in this plane. Two people in this plane flying for hours would not be very comfortable. You'll also notice that I am too tall for a sea venom, because my head is here. If we closed the cockpit, I wouldn't be very comfortable. Now this is because the seat is slightly raised, but even so, I would still have trouble because I'm actually quite tall. Here is your sight for your guns. So you'll have your 4 Hispano cannons up front. Now, what will happen with this is it will shine up on here and give you the actual sighting position. So what you would do is you would fly in, get your position. Now, one other thing I will just say is with the joystick, it's actually positioned at a strange angle. It's not straight. You think straight joystick, no. It's actually positioned like this for your right hand to use. All pilots have to fly right-handed. So what you have is your safety, and then these big red buttons are your bang buttons. This is where you fire your cannons. Now you can fire shots from 2 cannons at once. And I believe this trigger is what you pull to fire all of them at once, or there is a secondary trigger somewhere on there for that firing. Now we have all our dials, of course. Now, in here are all the major instruments. So you've got your positioning, you've got your ultimate, your altitude, and right here is how fast you're going. And when you get to that number, you break the speed of sound. Right here is where you've got your trim controls. Now, amazingly on this, you've got a rotating trim control still. This is still very much a mechanical beast. It's before electrics were involved. In later planes, you had more of an electronic mode. Interestingly enough, right at the back here, there is, just down here, I don't know if we can see it very well, there's a red button just here. Yeah, that one there.
I think it's too dark to see.
Just where my finger is. It's a little bit hard to see. But this button is to fold your wings. So if you needed to fold your wings, that's where you would fold your wings. You also have more trim controls here on this wheel. Basically, this thing is an absolute pig to sit in. It's not very comfortable, but it is still an awesome plane. The Sea Venom is still one of my favourite planes of all time because it's basically a vampire.
Alright, hold on. Do you want me to see all of the... I can see...
Can you see
Yep,
the
I can
screen?
see all of that.
Okay, alright, start recording.
Yep.
I want to get the joystick.
Yep.
Actually drop that. So maybe go in the back there. Alright, let me know when.
Yep.